The internet can be a terrible place to get advice.
So today, we're here as real mechanics to set the record straight on some of the questionable car advice we've seen online. First clip.
When you're off the gas, but you're still in gear, your engine uses 0 fuel. Simply all you do is you lift your foot off the accelerator. If you want more engine braking, you can change down the gearbox to get another bit of engine braking, and down again to get even
0 fuel? A life hack, just never press on the gas and you won't use any fuel.
Any fuel. No, I mean, if the engine's on, no matter what, there's gonna use fuel.
Yeah,
So
it will use less. Definitely not 0 gas.
It's not zero, it's not zero gas. A whole lot less.
A whole lot less. Sorry, guy. When I was like 5 years old, I thought that gas was a scam. I thought like, oh, everybody's just plugging their car into this, and what if there's nothing coming out and they're just charging you? That's this guy.
Yeah, that's this guy. Well, like the new cars, you know how they shut off?
Right, like the start-stop?
If he could somehow bypass it,
and
then it'd be
do
0
a full
fuel.
shut-off? Yeah. If you get the engine to shut off, just turn the car off as you're going downhill. Life hack.
Yeah, I saw this guy, there's a video on YouTube, a guy, some Honda Civic, I mean, the old one, and he would shut the car off every time he didn't need it. And they said he got 50-something miles to the gallon.
You know, some of those old, like the EG hatches, what were it?
Yeah,
like
the HF, high fuel.
Yeah.
I think
the lean burn,
but I think it got 48 miles to the gallon.
It was really high just on its own. Those were great cars. You know, you want to talk about good gas mileage, fuel economy. That was the pinnacle right there.
Yeah, without even going hybrid.
You know, exactly. Good job, Honda. So for those of you new to the channel, I'm Angelina Alcantar. I teach automotive at Riverside City College.
And I'm Paul Meeker. I am a Lexus and Toyota mechanic, and I worked for the dealer for a long time and then opened my own shop.
So we kind of know a little bit about cars.
Just a little.
Just a little. Enough to get us in trouble.
90% of people always use D when driving an automatic car. Many people have never used N gear at all. If you drive like this, be careful, your gearbox will be scrapped early. N gear is idling gear. Many people think it is useless. This is so wrong. In fact, it hides 3 functions. I tell you today. First, when waiting for the traffic light, shift to D and press the brakes. Will cause the transmission oil temperature to rise, shorten the service life of the gearbox. We should put the gear in N. Second, many people will directly shift into P gear when parking. In this way, the stress points of the entire vehicle are concentrated on the locking gear of the gearbox. Will cause the gearbox to be scrapped prematurely. The correct way is to first shift the gear into N, then pull the handbrake. Release the foot brake.
And then put it into park.
Finally, shift the gear to P. This is the correct way to park an automatic car. Have you learned it? I'm Brother Tong. Follow me. There are also
Brother Tong.
I mean, he has a little bit of a point at the end there, especially if you're on like a really steep incline. You slam it in park and then just let it. Right. Yeah. Everything else I don't know about prematurely. What did he say?
Be careful. Your gearbox will be scrapped early.
You know, you slam it into park at 40 maybe.
Right. Yeah, the car doesn't like that. I don't know necessarily about shifting into neutral, applying the parking brake, and then in park. You could just keep your foot on the brake, shift it into park, put your parking brake on, and then let off the brake. You know, there's more than one way to skin a cat sometimes.
But even then, it's not really bouncing off the transmission.
No, nothing's bouncing off. The only bouncing off is if you're shifting into park while you're actually driving.
Yes.
Which I've seen some customers do, you know.
Hey, I've done it on purpose.
But thank you, Brother Tom, for your daily car advice.
Man, there's a lot of goodies in there, and I'd love to get my grubby little mitts on them, but Zach's office is protected by an incredibly tight and squeaky door.
No, absolutely not.
Thanks to today's sponsor, WD-40 brand, Zach's goodies are all mine. You see, WD-40's Easy Reach makes it easy to get the classic WD-40 multi-use product into these hard-to-reach spots. These hinges are tight all over, but with this flexible metal straw, I can get behind them. It holds its shape, making it great to use here or on stuck nuts, bolts, and tight spots in your car, loosen latches and stuck trunk locks, or use it to fight back moisture and corrosion, saving you costly trips to the mechanic. Now, normally to get into Zach's office, I would have to hire a whole heist team and concoct some sort of cackamamie scheme, but today I'm saving days of planning and hundreds of thousands of dollars with WD-40's Easy Reach. You just apply it to the hinges, lubricate the lock, use a key, I have a key, and we're in. Now this is the life. If you want a product that can lubricate, protect against rust, and save time and money in the garage or elsewhere, use WD-40 Easy Reach. Click the link below to learn more. Nitro. Yo, I'm already in. I don't need your help anymore.
Let's take a look at that next clip.
That's
Okay. I've never seen this done before.
I have, but that's a lot of rolling to get it past that.
It is.
There's Fender rollers made for that.
There's a tool for that.
You know, and you can buy them on eBay for cheap.
They're not very expensive. Not anymore. Very easy to get.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're one-time use, I mean,
That's true.
I like to see that Fender a little closer to see how many dents are in it or how straight it
That's
really
what
is.
I was concerned about because it did
It
look
looks a
like
little
when he was
wavy right
doing
there.
it was flexing.
Well, it's crazy to see the whole car come up from hitting with the air hammer.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have to imagine, I'm with you. I want to see that a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see the light on that Fender. But, you know, maybe his tires aren't going to get shredded now.
Great job.
Good job, man.
Next clip.
And that's all I have to say about that.
There wasn't much to say about that one.
Habits that are bad for your car. Letting your car warm up. This is
Okay.
one of the worst things you can do to your vehicle.
It is.
Especially when it's cold outside. People will start their vehicle and let it just run and idle for 10
Okay,
20 minutes.
yes, I agree.
This
10 minutes is not a good
horrible
one.
thing for your engine.
Sorry, I'll
All
stop
you
talking
need to
about
do is
it.
start your vehicle, let it run for 30 seconds, and go. Of course, take it easy. Let the fluids warm up. Your vehicle will warm up faster the second you start driving it. And this is way healthier for your engine.
I mean, he has a point. Idling for 10 minutes is not good, and it is going to take longer to warm up. But from everything I know and understand about engines, having a small warm-up period, 30 seconds to a minute, should get things to
And,
where
yeah.
they need to be.
10 minutes is excessive.
Yeah, we're going to create more emissions, probably actually a little bit harder on the engine. It's
Yeah.
going to take longer to warm up. The engine likes to be hot, so the faster we can get it to warm up, the better. You know, there's extremes on all ends, right? You tell people to warm up their car, they let it warm up for 10 minutes. You tell them don't warm up their car, they're going to slap it in drive, and they're going to
Before it starts.
redline
Yeah,
it.
before
You know
it
what
starts,
I mean?
yeah.
Like, it's like everything, the answer's somewhere in the middle, right?
I mean, the answer is wait until the fluids get everywhere. 25 seconds probably is enough. Long enough for all the fluids to get everywhere they need to go.
Right.
I mean,
Let oil
yeah.
get pumped where that needs to get pumped. Even your pistons getting up to temperature, everything's going to expand. But it happens so fast. Combustion
Yes.
is so hot.
It's a bunch of explosions.
A bunch of explosions happen in 30 seconds. I know a lot of places will use like block
starts.
warmers
Oh, yeah, and remote starts.
And remote starts,
Yeah.
so they can get a little bit of extra time. But even in the snow, you know, I don't think a 10-minute warm up is necessarily good either.
But those block warmers are for different things. They're because the engine will freeze. I mean, the
Right.
coolant will freeze, so they have to keep it warm.
Right, yeah.
That's not keeping the internals.
Right, it's not going to get it to operating temperature. I'm a little bit chilly. Let's warm up into that next clip.
Putting drugs
Oh,
on
God.
your car sounds like the craziest and messiest idea ever. But did you know it's actually a really effective cleaner?
I've heard, don't know.
Cleaning method
Yeah, I've
is
never
super
tried that.
effective at removing dirt and residue from delicate fabrics.
I've never heard of
Cold
that.
gas draws
Heard of it, I have no idea,
moisture
though,
and
yeah.
bacteria from the fabrics in the vehicle, cleaning it almost instantly. You'll never want to use a vacuum to clean your car ever again.
I've never tried this.
I've never really tried it either, but in theory, to me, it works.
I've heard of them using dry ice to like get certain materials off because it'll freeze it and then you can break it
Yeah.
off and that's nice. But fabric, that's interesting. I'm curious to see if it's actually killing bacteria. If that's the case, I'm going to start using it.
But I don't see how it's going to clean it.
It's not going to clean, right?
Yeah,
There's
it's-
still stuff.
You need to wipe something?
Or vacuum stuff up.
Oh,
Maybe it
you're
loosens.
never going to
You're
vacuum
never
again.
gonna vacuum again.
Never.
You know, I think everything's worth a shot once. Maybe I'll have to try this. I don't know that I believe the part where you don't have to vacuum after.
Yeah, I don't believe it at all.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments if you've tried it. Glue sticks
sticks.
to make gaskets stick.
I mean, not
I've
that
never
ever
tried it.
But
It
I mean,
might keep it in place.
yeah, just to keep it in place. It kind of makes sense. I mean, I don't know if I would, but there's other products made for that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you know, but
we got like sticky sprays to keep them in place, or I don't know.
a touch of silicone. It's
Right,
not,
right.
But hey, if you're in a pinch and that's what you have, I don't see it's going to hurt
Glue
anything.
stick, the gasket keeps moving.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on where it is too. It doesn't look like it's too hard to. You don't think you need to stick the bolt through it.
Thinking that. I suppose. How bad can Elmer's glue be for a gasket?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna hurt anything.
think
I mean,
so.
like I said, in a pinch, I think it works.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, go in your kid's backpack. You got it. Yeah.
Dad, soulmate glue again. So not all crappy car advice comes from folks. Some of that may come from Google AI. Let's see what Google has to say when we ask it how often you should change your oil. All right, for most modern vehicles, you should change your oil every 5 to 7,500 miles or every 6 to 12 months. Okay, I think that's a fair answer. However, the exact interval depends on factors like the type of oil you use, conventional and synthetic, that's fair. Your driving conditions, absolutely. Your vehicle's manufacturer recommendations. Yeah, I mean, I'd say that's actually a decent answer. Conventional oil requires changes every 3 to 5. I don't know about 3, maybe if it's turboed. 5, I think 5 is just a solid, number. Or every 3 to 6 months. Synthetic oil lasts longer, intervals of, 7,500 to 10,000.
To me, that's a lot.
Synthetic does not break down as fast. They're absolutely right. But it still gets dirty.
Yep.
And it doesn't get dirty any less than conventional, and people forget that.
All manufacturers built cars to last 100,000 miles. That is how long a car is supposed to last. So I don't agree with any manufacturers. If you want the car to last longer, I think you should do it more than they recommend.
Yeah, I completely agree. Everybody with the 10 to 15 right now, it's a little bit nuts. I think where it all started, and I don't know what you've heard, but to me it kind of seems like they were just trying to keep cost of ownership down.
Yep, that's exactly why. And Consumer Reports.
Exactly.
It's all.
And all it has to do is make it past warranty, right? That's all it has to do. After that, they don't care. It's your problem. Well, I don't care what they say. I always say 5,000 on pretty much every car I've ever owned.
What's the worst you've seen from a manufacturer? Of like, you can go 15, 20.
15? BMW. Yeah, BMW's pretty bad.
15,000 miles.
It's insane. Especially on BMW. Like, come on, bro.
I know BMW guys, and they all say that because people don't even check in 15,000 miles. When it comes in at 15,000 mile intervals, there's no oil in it most of the time.
Right.
They're blowing up more motors than anybody else probably.
But it's BMW. Like, how many people are buying BMWs are really looking at cost of ownership? You're buying a BMW. Like, that's, you're at 60,000 miles, you're gonna get oil leaks. You're gonna get it's the ultimate driving machine, not the ultimate longevity, I guess. But I feel like this is a fair-ish answer for Google AI. I think that this is definitely not the worst AI answer I've ever seen. I remember my grandpa was always like every 3,000, but everything was so much looser back then,
But that was old school mentality anyways.
It is. To take care of things was also an old school mentality, so people were probably more on top of that. But
things also weren't throwaway.
That's exactly
everything is throwaway now.
Exactly. Listen, you know me. Everybody out there if you've seen any of my past videos, I will get on my soapbox. Everything being throwaway, but let's go green. But throw everything away.
Everything's made like now.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything's made out of plastic.
Okay. I digress. Let's take a look at that next clip. What are we doing here? Polishing machine.
Oh, I've seen this.
Is this using compressed air?
No, that's a vacuum. So the polisher's on the right.
It's a polish. I see. So it's vibrating.
It vibrates it.
Yeah.
So,
I've seen this. Yeah.
And I think this works. I've never tried it.
It just physics.
Exactly.
Like it's bouncing everything up. It makes sense. I think that was actually a pretty good piece of car advice. I like it. I'm definitely going to try it. How about you, Paul?
Yeah, I would love to try it. I mean, it makes total sense.
Definitely.
I mean, it's kind of hard for me because I have plastic everything.
I like
rubber.
That. I wonder what it does with pet hair. Does it lift that up too?
Oh, if anybody knows, let us know.
Let us know. Show us in the comments.
Let's shake into the next clip.
Okay, what's he going to do with this? I don't know about that. Petroleum jelly on your dash? I don't know how the plastic's going to like that. I know.
I mean, a petroleum product? I don't.
Well, Armor All got kind of exposed, right? Because they had some stuff that was actually causing cracking of plastic, even though it was supposed to protect.
But wasn't that like 15 years ago?
That was a long time ago.
Yes, okay.
I'm aging myself here. But if there's any chemists in the comments, please let us know what the plastic's going to do with this. I just, anything that's a question mark for things like that, I take my dashes pretty seriously. I don't want them cracking, so I only use trusted products.
Yeah, because it's a pain in the ass to change your dash.
Yeah.
And expensive.
Does petroleum jelly actually dissolve plastics like nylon? can degrade certain materials, particularly rubber and some plastics over time. Okay, not good.
So
All
not
right,
good.
we gotta let the audience know. Listen, we just Google AI this right now.
Since everything's true, Google AI, right? I mean, it's
You
all.
know, the petroleum, it sounds like petroleum products may actually degrade rubber and plastic. So this is probably not a good idea, my guy. It might look good right now.
I was gonna say, it looks great.
It looks great right now, but
I mean-
had you spend the extra dime on some Mother's car products, then Mother sponsor me. This would be safe, but I don't know. Not good. Don't do it. Looks good now, but won't be good in the sun. Next clip.
You should throw away this spare tire because you don't know how to change it. If you put it on the car, it will take up space and waste fuel. Don't be dissatisfied. Listen to me and you will be convinced.
I like how passionate he looks.
Yeah, the video's great. I love the video, and there's some little truth to it. I mean, it's
a little extra weight.
power to weight ratio, right?
You
It's
know?
power to. You're gonna get better gas mileage. I don't know how much, or if it's even measurable. But
You know, you did see some vehicles, they don't put a spare tire, right? They just give you, can
Yeah.
you fix a flat?
yeah,
S2000s.
run flat tires.
Or they just have any vehicle that comes with run flat tires. Your average passenger vehicle, I don't recommend this though. Keep your spare tire. And you know what? For the love of God, if you're not gonna check the air in your spare tire, do that. Might as well. It's useless. It's extra weight. But
That's any professional service should be included.
it should be. It should be. Totally agree. But don't trust everybody you take your car to. Double check your spare tire. Make sure that it's good. So it can act as a spare. Next clip. Oh, is another Google AI? Oh no, this is a. How often do you really need to change it? Wish we had a pressure bleeder that I could borrow. So you started asking me questions. I told him no, the brakes just fine. Manufacturer recommendation for his 2015 Honda Civic is change the brake fluid every 3 years. But he went to his neighbor's mechanic, who laughed in his face and said nobody listens to that, and that you should only change it every 30 to 40,000 miles. What do you think?
There are brake fluid testers. I mean, if you really want to get technical.
It's a great point.
Okay, and so you can test it to find if there's contaminants in it, if the boiling point is at a certain whatever. That's why you change brake fluid.
That's probably like the biggest factor, right?
Yeah,
Because
it
people
is.
look at it and they're like, oh, it's still clean. That has nothing to do with it. You have brake fluid that still looks
Contamination.
beautiful. It may not be contaminated, but it could be contaminated with water. Right?
Yeah,
And that
moisture
you
in
can't
there.
see that. Brake fluid is a polyglycol base, and it has an affinity for water, and our atmosphere has plenty of water in it. And over time, you can have brake fluid that looks beautiful, but is contaminated with water. Now, why is water an issue? You mentioned boiling point, right?
Changes the boiling point.
So it lowers your boiling point, so your brakes are going to get hot naturally, and that fluid can boil if the boiling points reach too low. Now, what happens when you have air in your brakes from boiling?
Brakes don't work.
Your brakes no worky. But you brought up a wonderful point with the brake fluid tester. You can get it at your local Napa Auto Parts for like $20, or
They're
it's
probably good.
Amazon for $10.
Yeah. And all you do is dip it in the fluid and it reads it and it tells you if it needs to be changed or not.
That's perfect. That's something that, almost like a tire pressure gauge or something, that just handy little toolkit that anybody can use, very easy.
Or if you don't want to deal with that, all manufacturers have a recommendation of when they need to be changed. If you follow manufacturers' recommendations, you should be all right.
You're always going to be in the clear.
Yep.
I think it's just people thinking shops are trying to rip them off or save some money. The last thing you want to mess with is your brakes, though, man. You don't know when you need it until you need it, and you're coming down a mountain, you're coming down Big Bear, and now you've got a spongy pedal and you can't stop, and your family's in the car. You don't want to be messing with stuff like that. And also, I found that people will change that fluid like the least amount of any other fluid. And so it gets so gummed up and so nasty that by the time you do change it, that was the only thing keeping everything together. And now the master cylinder goes because you changed the fluid. Yeah.
Something goes. Or it gets clogged.
Or it gets clogged. Yeah. Change your brake fluid, my guy. Not all advice on the internet is bad advice.
But some is.
A lot.
Most.
Much of it is.
But some of these things were great. I mean, the vibrating of the carpet thing. That
For
sounds.
sure.
I would try that. I'll
Yeah,
try today, maybe.
Yeah, you know what? Me too.
Don't trust everything you see, right?
Yeah. Or if you see something and you're not sure, ask somebody who might know.
who does know.
Who does know?
Yeah, someone who does it for a living, probably better off.
Probably.
Not maybe know.
Your local expert. Ask your local expert if it's good. What I always used to tell students too is if you can't find something in the service information and you have to resort to Google, I told them if you find the same piece of information on 3 separate websites, the likelihood of it being correct is a lot higher.
A lot greater, yes.
Yeah. If you see 3 different TikTokers doing the same thing, I don't think that works, but they could all
Dancing off a cliff.
be wrong and dance off a cliff together. Yeah. Paul, thanks so much for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Great doing a video with you.
Yeah, finally, we got to work together, right?
Finally, after all these years. All right, if you want to see more RMS videos, click here, or here, or here.
There.
We'll see you next time.